Hello friends, today I am going to discuss one of the most important topic in writing skill. Especially this topic is very important for 11th and 12th class students because this is newly added topic in their syllabus. Yes, I am talking about the film review. As we know, for us, we Indian are very much enthusiastic about the new movies and their reviews. And most of the time, we select the movie after reading the review of that particular movie. So different agencies are there. They used to write the review about the movie. And after reading the movie review, we are there in the theater for watching the movie. So the most important thing is after watching a particular movie, we are able or we should able to write something about that film, write something about that movie, and that is called the film review. It doesn't means we should always write positive way in the movie, but it is just like the concept of criticism, means we are able to understand both the ways, some do's and don'ts, some good thing about the movie and some things which you didn't like about that movie. So let's have some discussion about this very important topic in the writing skill, and that is film review. Let's start the discussion with one of the very interesting conversation between three friends. On your screen, we have one discussion. So let's start with that discussion. Three friends are there, Minnie, Ritu, and Paddy. So Minnie used to say, exams are over. I feel so relaxed. Let us plan something interesting. Ritu said, how about a movie? Paddy says, great, let's go for Aladdin. Again, Minnie said, oh no, I have seen it. It has only 1 star rating. Ritu, how about that new release? Yes, Harry Potter. Della used to say, it is boring. I have read the review this morning. I don't want to waste my time. Paddy, wait, friends. I will check. Let's decide later. So, after reading this conversation between the friends, among the friends, what you really get from their discussion? Two most important things are there. They are planning for watching a particular movie. First of all, they discussed about Aladdin, but then Minnie used to say it is or it has only 1 star rating. Okay, so try to understand this word called rating. Okay, I will tell you later about ratings. Then they planned for Harry Potter. Della said, it is so boring. I have read the review this morning. Okay, why she decided? Why she decided that it is not good movie or so boring? Because she had read the review last day or this morning. Therefore, she used to say, I don't want to waste my time. And then at the end of the discussion, Paddy used to say, wait, friends, I will check and then let's decide later. So I will check means what? Means Paddy is talking about let me read the review about that particular movie and then we decide about uh, watching about that particular movie, right? So the point is, in India and all over the world, people are really enthusiastic about reading the film reviews. Okay, but now it is our responsibility to understand how that review should write. Okay, so for that, writing reviews, film reviews, we have some steps. Okay, so let's have discussion about step number 1. Before watching the movie, make a study of. Okay, now you think we are going to watch the movie for relaxation, for entertainment, then again, how can we make a study? So it is not the deliberate thing, but as usually, okay, it is based on your observation. Okay, so in the very first step, before watching the movie, make a study of about what? 4 things are there. Okay, you should study about 4 things before watching a particular movie. Number 1, the relevance of the title. Is that title relevance for that movie? That is the very important thing. Okay, number 2, the year of release, when actually that movie had released. Okay, that year is very important. Then the third thing, the names of script, writer, producer, director, and characters. This point is really important for writing the review. Okay, the names of script writer. Okay, who wrote the script for that movie? That really matters. Okay, that really matters. Who is the producer of that movie, and who directed that movie, and at the end, about the star cast, about the characters, about the hero, heroines, and some other characters in the movie. Okay, just take one example. Nowadays, if we realize that this is the movie produced by what we call, just take the example, producer, or for the sake of director, Rajamouli. Okay, Rajamouli, who produced which movie or directed which movie? Bahubali. Okay, so just for the sake of example, try to understand what I am going to tell you. Before watching the movie, we need to understand these 4 things. Who is the script writer, producer, director, and characters, means the actors in the movie. But what happened most of the time, Indian audience is really, or Indians audience are really interested in just characters. They are not thinking about the storyline, about who is the producer, director, what about the script writer, right? We are only interested in the names of actors. Okay, but that is not the way to select, to choose the movie for the sense of, or for the sake of watching. Okay, then the last point, before watching the movie, okay, we need to take consideration, and that is the genre, which type of film it is. Okay, for example, just take the movie Haider. Okay, Haider, Vishal Bhardwaj movie. Okay, this movie taken from William Shakespeare's Hamlet. Okay, so the movie taken from which particular book, which particular genre, plays, drama, or it is motivated by, or motivated with a particular novel. Okay, just take the example of Three Idiots. Okay, we know that it is, this movie is taken from Chetan Bhagat's novel or book. Okay, so this thing you should take into consideration. Let's talk about step number 2, and that is while watching the movie. Actually, 3 steps are there. The first step is all about what should we do before watching the movie. Okay, so 4 things are there. The second step is all about what we should do while we are watching the movie. Okay, and the third step is all about what we should think, what we should do after watching the movie. So 3 steps about one step is about pre watching, second step is while watching, and the third step is after watching. Okay, so let's have discussion about the second step. Watch the movie attentively as many times as required. You know what happened? The purpose matter. Okay, the purpose matter. Just take the example. For example, two movies are there. I'm talking about Indian movies. Okay, so just take one example. The first movie is Golmaal. Okay, and the second one is uh, My Name is Khan. Okay, so the first movie Golmaal, second one is My Name is Khan. So in the very first movie, the purpose behind watching that movie is simply entertainment, okay, or humor. We are there for the sake of laughing or enjoying that particular time, okay. But what about that another movie? Yes, in that movie also we need to enjoy that movie, but in a very different way, because we need to take consideration some things while we are watching such types of movies, okay, such types of movies. Why we only take that movie? So many other movies are there. For example, national award winning movie Shahid, okay, that movie Shahid by I think Rajkumar Rao was there in that movie, okay. So in such types of movies you should be attentive. I mean to say, you should think after every scene. You need to take consideration some very important technological things, some technical things about dialogue, about writing, about script, and all the other things, okay. So that is the difference between different types of movies, okay. Purpose matter after all, okay. The second thing is take notes about major and minor events and scenes. Now you are thinking we are there for enjoying the movie, and you are telling us that we need to take notes and all the things. You know, I am asking you, or I am telling you such things because if you want to write a review about the movie, then only you should take this thing in the consideration, okay. So take notes about major and minor events, some important scenes in the movie, acting, this is all about the actors, cinematography, very important thing, locations, which locations they used in the movie, the plot, okay, the story of that particular movie, that particular film, then characters, actors. Most of the movies are about morals, ethics, okay. Then the very important section in the movie, that is music. The music is what we think, is it good, not that much good, or simply outstanding for that movie. Then what about direction, what about set design, background music, sounds, recordings, or the quality of that recordings, and at the end, what is the message we should take from that movie, okay. So all the things you should take in the consideration while you are there or while you are watching that movie, okay, getting my point. And the third and most important step, that is related to what we should do after watching the movie. So in that step, the first thing is choose an appropriate format for review writing. This is a very important point. We should select a particular format, appropriate format for review writing. We cannot write the review in a very general way, just using the paragraphs after paragraphs. Not at all. We should select, we should decide a particular or an appropriate format for writing reviews. Okay. The second thing is organize the sequence of the events commented on according to their importance. Means, just think, if you are writing a review about a movie, you should not write something in the very first line about the last event in the movie. Means there should be a sequence of events. Okay, there should be a sequence of events which you need to clarify, which you need to criticize in a very proper way, in a very perfect way. Okay, make use of proper language and vocabulary. Very important thing. While writing a review about a particular film, we should use proper language and vocabulary. The choice of words the choice of words are really important while writing film review. At the same time, which type of language we use for that, that is also very important. Writing review, it doesn't means criticize that movie in a very bad way, using slangs and all the things. Not at all. We should criticize the movie in a perfect way with using appropriate format and proper language and selective appropriate vocabulary. Okay. The next thing is do the actual writing of the report, or typing, editing, proofreading, or re-editing. Okay. Means we should realize all the minute thing about the movie. Okay, about the cinematography, about the locations, music, direction, background music, what we call the set designing. Okay, all the minute things. Sometimes it is about proof editing, re-editing, typing. Okay, and after understanding all the minute things of the movie, then we should write that particular review about the movie. Means we are able to write the review about the movie in a perfect way. So the thing is very clear. Writing film review it doesn't means just what we call writing the things about the movie in a very frequent way. Not at all. We should have a particular format for that. We should follow these three things, these three steps. Okay. As I already told you, the first step, it is all about what we should do before watching the movie. The second step, while watching the movie. And the third step is what we should do after watching the movie. So we should follow these three things and then try to uh, write a review about a particular film. Okay, why not we just discuss here an example of film review. Okay, we have here one example, and that is about the Jungle Book, that movie. Okay, the Jungle Book movie, very famous movie. I think in every decade we have this movie in a new form. Okay, it came in a new form with the use of new technology, animation, and whatnot. Okay, so let's have this example. The first point is about story. Okay, as we know, this movie, The Jungle Book, is taken from Rudyard Kipling's classical book. Okay, The Jungle Book. The title of that book is same, The Jungle Book. Okay, so Rudyard Kipling's classic tale of a young boy brought up in a jungle. Okay, that is the in general story, or a very what we call short story of that movie. Okay, or book. in the jungle by various animals is brought off life once again on the big screen in a fittingly wonderful way. Okay, so this movie is all about Rudyard Kipling's classical tale of Jungle Book. As we know, the main character in that book, Mowgli. Okay, it is about that boy, a young boy brought up in the jungle by various animals, and how they deal with that boy. So it is the story of that theme. Okay, Mowgli leads a peaceful and happy life with a wolf pack led by Akela, Esposito, and Raksha, until the tiger Sher Khan, Alba, enters the scene bearing an old grudge and an insatiable desire for revenge. So this is what we call the in general storyline of that particular movie. Means the most important characters and their names are there. For example, Mowgli, Akela, Raksha, and the villain, we can say villain in that story, the opposite character in that story. Okay, protagonist and antagonist. So that is Sher Khan. Okay, and the meaning of that word insatiable desire means unfulfilled desire. Okay, insatiable, that is the adjective used for Sher Khan's desire. Okay, and the second paragraph is about the exact review of that movie. Okay, let's read this review and then discuss. If you go to the cinema to watch a movie that will draw you into a fantasy world of wonder, Faure's retelling of this story, which so many of us remember from childhood. Yes, because we know that childhood days and that cartoon, that serial, Jungle Book, Mowgli, and all the things. Okay, so many characters are there. Akudu, his brother. Okay, wolf brother, and his parents, his mother, and so many interesting things related to Mowgli. Manages to wave that magic. We all know how the story plays out with the panther Bagheera. Okay, Bagheera is very important character. Okay, the panther Bagheera, Kingsley, helps Mowgli. Seti, the name of that uh, only boy character in the story. Other characters are animated. Okay, but the only human character is Mowgli. Jit Seti, I think the name of that character, tries to stay away from Sher Khan. Bagheera always helps Mowgli to stay away from Sher Khan. Okay, he also encounters the devious python Ka. Okay, that python character Ka, a super seized orgasm with a soul singer's baritone named King Louis Walken. Disappeared or this separate to obtain the red flower, which is fire actually, and of course Balo, the greasy bear. Okay, we called it Bhalu. Okay, but Balo, the greasy bear, these were are these are the key characters, but you will also be delighted to discover a few new entrants along the way as well. Means apart from this important character, we have so many other important characters in the story, in the film. It all builds on the charm of 1967 film, which by itself is a must watch for any child. You know, this Jungle Book movie is not which recently produced. This is 1967 film. Okay, so that year is also important. And now the last paragraph is all about the movie. While Seti is of course the only real person in here in the story, all the animals have a fantastic degree of photorealism. Okay, used photorealism. You know, this photorealism is very important term. Okay, and Seti's interaction with the animals throughout the duration of the movie, given that they are CGI, is completely convincing. He combines innocence and warmth with the survival skills and resourcefulness of someone far older. Just try to understand which language used by them, how they select the words, how they choose the vocabulary in a very perfect way. While Farua is faithful to the old elements, for example, old songs like bare necessities includes, of course, he also bring in a few new subtle touches as well as order to keep thing interesting. Okay, because we know old Mowgli. Okay, so it should be there. While the King Louis scene is one of the many high points, Kat's screen time could have been lengthened a bit. Okay, just try to understand one thing is positive about that movie. What is that? The King Louis scene is one of the many high points. And what about little bit lengthening, dull? Card screen time could have been lengthened a bit, though nonetheless the performance of the voice cast is spot on. Voice actors are very important. Okay, but more than anything, the intricate landscaping, masterful camera work, and environment actually film in the downtown Los Angeles, where the movie shoot, create a delightfully immersive experience, heartwarming and enjoyable. Means they are talking about some qualities of the movie. Okay, for example, voice cast, then landscaping, intricate landscaping, masterful camera work. Okay, the scene they developed in the movie, and it create a delightfully immersive experience, and that is called heartwarming and enjoyable atmosphere. So this is the example of a film, The Jungle Book. I hope you understand why the film review is important. Okay, and especially for 11th and 12th class students, one question should be there in the examination about film review. So I hope you understand uh, the importance of film review, the very important 3 steps about the film review. So that's all about this lesson. Thank you.